Luke chapter 7 from verse 11 to 15. This widow had only one son, and that son died. If you look at the NKJV, in that verse 12, and when he came near the gate of the city, behold, a dead man was being carried out, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow, and a large crowd from the city was with her, and a large crowd. There's one thing I want us to put into consideration there. That large crowd consists of three categories of people. Category number one, these are the real and the truth sympathizers, and you find these categories in any gathering, in politics, even in church. You find this type of categories anywhere. They are following this woman. The woman was lamenting. These true sympathizers also were lamenting, and they were weeping with this woman. The lamentation of this woman sent a lot of grief into the heart of these true sympathizers. That is the number one category. Number two category are the fake sympathizers, fake ones. They are also in the midst of the crowd. Who are the fake? Those are the widow's enemy. You know, sometimes we can't rule them out. We have them in our environment. Not everybody in your environment loves you. No matter how good you are, no matter how morally placed you are, not everybody loves you. Even in your family, you have some people who loves you. You have some people who will hate you. That is life. So in the midst of this category, of this crowd, category number two, they are the people that hate this woman. They are the fake one. But they too are there crying. They too are there concerning her. They are too trying to pacify her. Woman, don't cry. It's enough. But they are fake. Inside them, they are happy. But outwardly, you think that they are consoling that woman. But they are fake. That is category number two. I told you a story sometimes. I told you in my office, one of my boss called me. Then I sat down. He said, look, he said, he went to a prophet. He said because he has challenges. His life was upside down. He doesn't know what to do with life again. Everywhere was blocked. No progress, nothing, no promotion. So he said he went to a prophet, and that prophet told him that the source of your predicament is your mother. He was telling me, he said, how can it be my mother? He said, my mother? He said, I didn't believe that prophet. He said, I didn't believe him. He said, how can my mother? He said, this mother that suffered over my life, suffered for me. I finished university. She sponsored me. She suffered a lot till I graduated. So I allowed him to finish all the story. I said, excuse me, sir. What is the rapport between you and your mother? He said, this is my mother. He said, every time, if I'm going home, those days I'm talking about, those days when things are fishy. He said, I will buy a bag of rice, I will buy a bag of beans, I will buy a bag of salt, I will buy many things. I will put inside my vehicle and I will go there, give it to her because I don't want her to suffer. I said, what was the reaction of your mother each time you go home? He said his mother will go to all her friends. My son has come, my son has come. And she will distribute all those things. Many of them, their sons couldn't do that. And you will come home now. You bring a bag of beans, bag of rice, bag of salt. I think that was what that prophet saw. And he said that your mother is a sufferer. So your problem is coming from those people. So they are not happy because your mother will be living fine. And they are in the same village. And your mother will be living fine and they will be living in Russia. They don't want that. And so that is why you are receiving that attack. So that everything will block against you. So what am I saying? In the crowd of this widow, there are people who doesn't like her. So they were pretending as if they are her friends. They too were crying, they too were weeping, they too were wailing, they too were lamenting, but inside them they were happy. Because that woman will be in the same level with them. Will be in the same ministry with them. That is category number two. Category number three. These are people that are neutral. They don't belong to this side. They don't belong to this side. They are the typical, I hear, I come. You don't invite them, but they hear and they come. These are the category three of the people inside this crowd. And all of them, they were escorting the woman. But none of them could provide solution to the problem of this woman. The woman was in a terrible distress. But suddenly something happened. In that verse 13, look at what happened. It said, when the Lord saw her, he had compassion on her and said to her, do not weep. Jesus said to her, do not weep. Jesus had compassion on her. He said, do not weep. All of them have been saying, do not weep, do not weep. But that do not weep has no solution. Here comes the great problem solver. The Bible says he has compassion on her. And what the next thing he said, Madam, do not weep again. I believe at that point in time, the woman will stop believing that he had been hearing do not weep from many people. He did not know that the great problem solver is with her. And if you go further, you see what happened there. Then he came and touched the open coffin, and those who carried him stood still. And he said, young man, I say to you, arise. He has solution. He said, do not weep, because he has compassion. And he told that dead man, young man, I say to you, arise. And immediately, what followed? So he who was there sat up and began to speak. And he presented him to his mother. Sat up and he presented him to his mother alive. Now, I want you to look at that scripture again. 3 things will happen there. Immediately that man sat up and everybody see that this man was alive again. 3 things will happen. Number 1, the real sympathizers, genuine sympathizers, will not be rolling on the ground. Hearing the woman, they will be rolling. They will be rolling on the ground. That this man is alive again, will be true. And you will find that all the genuine sympathizers will be jubilating. They will be happy. Then what will happen to the second category of people? The fake one. They will be full with shame. They start to weep. It is then you see the real weeping. Instead of them to be joyful with the woman, they will be weeping because they are very sad that this woman has gotten solution to the predicament of her life. I pray this year your enemies will weep.